Hello and welcome to another episode of Integration by Parts. Today, we're going to be getting into some blood magic. But to do that, we first need some containment chalices, which need a bunch of aquamarine, sooty marble. Do you have any sooty marble? No. Sooty marble. And I'm gonna make 4 for now, because they are used for making these starlight aberrations, these ice shards, and demonic wheel from blood magic. So we are probably gonna need quite a few of them. So for 4 I need 4 times 5. That's 20 aquamarine. We're going to need some resonating crystals. I'm gonna just grab a bunch of them. Gold, star metal, and this should be it. And I hope this doesn't need a lot of starlight. Hopefully. And it does. Actually, I have like none of starlight. Don't actually have like any. Actually, let's make 6 actually, yeah. Should probably stop saying actually. Let's make 6 of them. Oh yeah, the aquamarines have to go on the... How are they called again? These things? Relays. And we need like 5 of these, right? Yeah. Let's get some more aquamarines, and it's getting dark, thankfully. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, in my attempt to make this run even faster, I made the crystal multi-block. And it's kind of faster, but not really. Also replaced the... I put some lenses here, some prism lenses, because it looks better, I think, cleaner. And the problem is that the pool doesn't have time to keep up. I think the mana generation is too slow, because I filled it up with my ring and it's draining mana from what I can see. So, not great. Need to place these down near the altar. Doesn't really matter where, I think. And we need more starlight. So I guess I could just put a crystal here for now. It's gonna not be so effective with the other crystals nearby, but it's gonna help at least a little bit with the craft. And we're almost there. We just need the moon to go a bit more high, a bit higher. And we're good. Now we do need to place these as requested by the altar. I think it will show them, yeah, like this. And you need to place them a bit like Thumbcraft Infusion. And it should craft. There we go. That's one of them. We need to do that 5 more times. So for the altar we need soul steel, which is demonic will is blood and liquid soul. And liquid soul is melting soul sand. We can starlight transmute netherworld blocks into soul sand, and then conjunction catalyst them to duplicate. So let's get some. We have soul sand. No, netherworld block. We're going to need to do this. So let's grab this crystal and let's place it somewhere where it's more efficient. So netherworld block, and this should be pretty fast. There we go. Soul sand. And we can just duplicate this. And just get insane amounts of soul sand. And we should be able to smelt like a stack of them. Liquid soul. This is the one. And it's 2 panes. That's not a lot of soul. So we need like a bunch more. I'd say we need at least 2 buckets. So how much is one? It's 10 millibuckets. So I need another 8 blocks to complete the 2 buckets. And should be able to grab them. And we also need liquid soul for the fluid item recipe, right? For the soul steel. So we're gonna need a lot more soul sand from what I can see. I'm just spamming the Q button and I've run out of mana. But we have another mana pool. It's pretty easy to make, by the way. It's just an alchemy catalyst with some elementium and pixie dust. Let's swap these around. And some more soul sand. That should be enough, alright. So there's no blaze rods in here, so we should probably grab a few. And this can also make redstone, but I think the way I'm gonna make redstone from the destabilized redstone from the witch spawner is actually to use the blast chiller, which makes 900 millibuckets into 1 block directly with using power. Because the containment chalice also needs starlight, and starlight is not super easy to get. It is pretty easy, but you know, you have to get the light wells and a bunch of stuff. So I put a bit of redstone as an experiment to see how much it makes per tick, but hasn't actually turned on. So it doesn't draw any redstone yet. I don't know why. So containment chalices, how do you work? I've seen they interact if you place them like near each other, and I did not mean to do that. So this should, if I I should place like one here. Wait. So let's see. I have some mechanical pipes. And how much does this hold, by the way? Did it just suck all my starlight? Just took all my starlight. Okay, with water it makes ice shards. So we need some water and another chalice. And I'm gonna use the fluid tank. I might use it as a bucket, which is what button again? N. So we can use it as a bucket. And we got a blaze rod. Fill it up with water. And make some ice shards. No, this makes ice. How do I make ice shards though? Don't wanna make ice. Don't wanna make ice. Okay. Let's see. Ice shards. It's starlight with water. Has a 20% chance. Interesting. So it either makes ice or shards, from what I understand. So do we just leave it running? 17 buckets, 16 buckets. Okay. So I guess we leave it running then. Oh yeah, shards. Here they are. For the cryotheme, these are used for. Let's see what other uses these chalices have. We needed to make some demonic wheels, which is blood with liquid soul. And blood is just us getting hurt in the smeltery, so that's pretty easy. And how much starlight am I consuming right now? Okay, so I think I'm gonna just reverse the flow to just extract from the... Where's my configurator? Just extract from the chalice because I don't think I'm gonna need that many ice crystals. And we need to change this. We can change this. Man, are you being so difficult right now? If I break it and I place it down again, that's gonna waste some starlight, but it's gonna also fix my problem, so that's not a big deal. Input. Output. Well, I think it's fine, you know. Okay, so let's break this, waste a bit of starlight. I mean, starlight is really cheap to make, so it doesn't really matter. And this is a bit of a mess the way I made these pipes, but you know, it's fine. So we need some blood. I think this is a only temporary way to make demonic wheels. Has to be like another way, like these spirit charges, I think, or something. There is a better way to make demonic wheels. So had some transporters, I think, for fluids. I don't have treated wood, but I do have creosote oil. A bunch, actually. So we need oak. Does it have to be planks? Yeah. And we need transporters. Fluid. Like a PT machine frame. Oak. If I actually wrote, that'd be pretty good. And transporters. Does it have to be from underneath, I guess? Okay, so we could do just a bunch more, actually. Does it actually work if it's on top? No, it doesn't extract. Okay, so also need blood. And blood is not as easy to get. Does it work if it's on top of the chalice? No. So it's only from the bottom. And these interact, I'm pretty sure, even if they are pretty much not close to each other that much. I think it's a 16 block range. They interact. I might keep this liquid soul bucket. And yeah, I need to get hurt. So let's actually go in. And don't want to get hurt by the blazes, so I'm gonna do this temporarily. And let's see, how much blood do I make? I mean, pretty good amount. Also regen really fast because of astral sorcery attunement. Also found this armor from a zombie, and I don't really care about it breaking. Okay, 3 buckets should be enough, right? So demonic. Okay, what's up with the snares? How do you make the snares? Red string is not that difficult to make. Stardust we can make. And soul still, you already need demonic will for this, so it makes sense it has you make it a different way. Okay, so I need my cardboard box and close up the spawner. Swap these around and extract the blood. It just takes a bit of time. Okay, so they don't actually interact this way, but I have a plan, which is cardboard boxes and moving the chalices this way with all their contents. Actually love cardboard boxes from Mechanism. They're just so good. And demonic wheel, which is really low quality for some reason. Throw a bunch of soul sand in there, I guess. I wanted to make some soul metal, I think. Soul steel. And let's put this in my backpack for now. And we'll actually sort them because they are... Some of them are good, like 1, will quality, and some of them are bad, some of them are bad, like this 0.1 quality, which is really bad. For the recipes, you need a high will quality, which is actually the strength kind of the will. For the fluid to atom recipe, it doesn't matter, it just has to be a demonic will. And this makes quite a lot, actually. Give me back my demonic will, it's mine. You can't have any. Okay, so I'm gonna keep a stack so I can duplicate it. And let's actually put it here because I don't have much space. I have to make more drives, but I need more redstone. And I could do it with these chalices to make the redstone, but you know, I can also go mine for some redstone. And we're actually full of it. So let's actually throw in the good ones, I guess. Actually, let's throw in all of them. These don't take up much space, and they don't... And refined storage systems don't have a typing system like applied energistics, which is pretty cool, actually. And just gonna keep making these, right? That's a bit of an issue. I need to clean up my inventory a little bit. Look at this. I mean, it's good we have a lot of these because they are really low quality. And I guess we can combine them. Can we? Cannot. I think the original Blood Magic has the ability to... The unaltered version has the ability to combine them. Oh, actually not. That's when you have the Tartaric gem, you can actually put them in here and they don't take up space. So if I throw this down with a mana steel, and actually accidentally took a bucket of milk, unfortunately. You can make some... Oh, it doesn't actually consume the... That's great. It doesn't actually consume the soul essence thing. So I can actually just spam in, make these ingots. Okay, that's pretty cool. The bad ones, I'm gonna just toss. Actually, I accidentally threw a good one in there, but it's fine. These are good. And I don't actually know how much of this we're gonna need, but I'm gonna make just a bunch. Because we have a lot of these. And I think I ran out of either blood or soul something. But I think I ran out of soul essence. So the sacrificial knife is actually pretty easy to make. And we have a gem cast. I think it needs a gem cast. No, it doesn't need any cast. Okay. So the way we're going to do this is by using fluid pipe, which we don't have. We can technically use the mechanism one. And only from the bottom. And configurator and extract. Actually, we ran out of blood. which is unfortunate. Definitely. So let's make some more blood. And we also need a soul scribe, which is some living wood. Pretty cool dagger though. Anyway, so this should be pretty easy to make. And this actually hurts you to make blood in the altar. If you have one, right now it just hurts you without doing anything. So we also need an altar, which is easier said than done. Because it needs the light well. Actually, I'm just gonna steal one. And I'm gonna make like a couple more off camera. And the rune of wrath. Do we have wrath? No. So the rune of wrath is the winter and earth. Earth we have, and winter we probably have. Yeah. And we also need 2 star metal diamonds, which is just some mana diamonds. Pretty easy to make, if I say so myself. Through the star metal factory, I think. Yeah. And let's throw these here. We also need something from a reliquary, this infernal claw. And we actually are missing the ribbon, it seems. It kinda sucks. I have one of these night summoners from the quest, like a bajillion years ago. Should get a skeleton. The funny thing is that I had killed the skeleton, I think, and he did drop a rebone, but I just didn't pick it up. Not gonna lie though, the reliquary recipes are quite difficult to make, and I needed that for the rune. Also need a living rock. Didn't grab it. And should bind this. I also wanted to fight the Gaia Guardian today, but I need another star, and I might actually do that this episode. Fight the Wither. Should be pretty easy. Shouldn't be that difficult. So, Rune of Wrath we have, and damaging lens. We need just a mana lens. And we have the Blood Altar. Not too shabby. So we need some blank slates, which is just... Is it Demon Stone? Stone and Demon Wheel in Liquid Soul. So do you have any stone? Yeah. Let's do half a stack. And some Demon Wheel of the bad quality. Actually, we're not gonna do half a stack because we don't have that much space in our inventory, but it's fine. We don't need that much probably. Let's grab like a few more and that's gonna be it. And it was actually 32, so that's pretty cool. And let's place down the altar somewhere. Temporarily, I'm gonna put it somewhere here, near the Botania stuff. And later on, when it needs the multi-block, not here, when it actually needs the multi-block, I'll place it somewhere else. So let's actually get some blood. I ran out of golden carrots apparently. Let's go make some golden carrots. So we need some nature essence. I actually planted more seeds over here with a second plant sower, and I made another 2 of them, I think, for later expansion of the farm. Let's get some golden carrots going on. Basically have infinite of them, so I don't worry about it. And I also don't worry about the gold. And we can also wear the regeneration pendant from Botania, which is this one. Is there a quest to actually, yeah, to scoop it up? We need to actually place the bucket in here. And we'll get a bucket of blood. We also got an incense stick with a brew of revitalization, which is regeneration. And I'm not sure what we do with this blood, this bucket. And this is just Tinker's blood, I'm just void. I don't really care about it. So, what's next? We don't really need this rune for now. We need any rock crystal. Actually place this here, I think, right? How does this work? Oh, I think I need a stand-like thing to put it on. So it's gonna go in here for now. And we need a rock crystal of any kind. It doesn't matter what stats it has. So I'm gonna try to get the worst one. Let's take this one, I guess. And creepers actually drop TNT, if you didn't know. This is pretty cool. And the next step is making actually the multi-block. And blood magic unlocks the dimensional dungeons, which we can find like iridium and discs, which is pretty cool. And the iridium is needed to progress in tech. Sigil of the blood light lamp. What is this? Oh, it puts lights down, which I don't really know how to remove. This is a weak blood orb. We need 8 blank runes, which is 16 blank slate. So we're going to need to stand here for a bit to do. And the next step after that is the Hellfire Forge, which is pretty cool. And that needs a Celestial Crystal. Man, that's insane. So we should probably get one cooking. We're going to need Starlight, Stardust, and a rock crystal. Rock crystal. And I forgot I have to actually place a star metal ore here for it to go faster. And we also need the any collector crystal and linking tool. Petty tartaric gem is nocturnal powder, mana glass, stardust, and soul steel. Also, blood magic gives you the ability to replicate boss combats with a multi-block machine. And I think the blood magic altars you don't have to break and make from scratch. I think they just add on the original altar multi-block with the blank runes. We also need netherrack bricks apparently. This is netherrack with cobblestone bricks. So I should have netherrack. Cobblestone not so much. Actually I'm low on netherrack too. So I might as well go to the nether, and actually I could also farm some wither skeletons. How about I go do that and be back? Okay, so I actually did get a couple of wither skulls and should be able to make another one with the ribs and the skull from the skeletons, and we have now 3 of them. And we can actually fight the wither, which we're going to do next episode probably. We're not gonna have time in this episode, but we make some of these cobblestone bricks. I don't actually know how many we need. Probably don't have enough cobblestone. No, actually we do have enough. We need 6 times... How many of these do we need? 8. So that's like 48, right? Let's actually make like all we can make. And let's do this. So these and these. We need 8 runes, and actually we don't need 8 of them because we have 2 displacement runes, but we need them for the quest, so we complete it. And let's actually take back the seed that I put here, the star metal one, and I'm gonna put them in the sowers off camera. Okay, so we need to displace this altar. We need to place it down somewhere else, like here. And a bit further actually. And our Mara is really OP. Actually, we don't need to break the middle one, we need to break 8 around it. And place down the runes. Man, why are mobs so annoying? And the altar. This is how it works, right? The blood altar requires runes of any type to be placed in a special configuration around it. The first tier is 8 runes in a square ring on the Y level directly underneath the altar. So this is fine. So this should be tier 2, a tier 2 altar. So can we upgrade the weak blood orb into, I think it's an apprentice blood orb. That's tier 2 and a dragonstone. We should be able to make this recipe if it's upgraded properly. We should have a dragonstone here. No, it's a diamond. And put it through a mana pool. and throw it in the portal and sacrifice ourselves. So we can make the better blood orb. Can you stop shooting at me? I'd appreciate it. I'm like, why am I not eating? And the next step is the Hellfire Forge, which we're gonna do next episode probably, I'm guessing. Apprentice Blood Orb. What's the next Blood Orb? It's the Magician one, which needs Gaia Spirit Ingots, yeah. Which is next episode, it's the Wither, probably. So, this is not ready yet. It's not actually ready. So, okay, let's see. We have done a little bit of progress. The Celestial Crystal is just hard to make. Okay, so Petty Tartaric Gem, the better orb. Yeah, we are kinda ahead of the quests, but it's fine. And we can actually use this orb to get LP into our life system. I don't actually know how it's called. And isn't there an item from Blood Magic which allows you to fly, the Air Sigil? Is Air reagent with 2000 LP in the alchemy table. But soon we're gonna get the Flugel Tiara, so we're gonna use that as a means of flight with some Gaia spirits, which are gonna be pretty easy to get if we fight the Gaia, which should be pretty easy to fight. I guess we could try to fight the Wither this episode. Get some soul sand. I definitely had soul sand. Where's my soul sand? Here. And we're gonna spawn it in the compact machine because I don't want the Wither to potentially break my base. And it should be pretty easy to fight actually with our gear and our carbon chestplate. I left the heads at home. So next episode's gonna be Gaia, I guess, if we fight the Wither this episode. And I have them on my inventory, what am I saying? Actually War one, for some reason. I don't know, Wither. And this area is claimed, right? Yeah. That you explode by yourself. Don't actually see how much health I have because of the Wither effect. Let's... Pretty easy to actually kill. And I almost avoided my nether star. That's cool. And we took like no damage. Thanks to our carbon chestplate, which takes a while to charge actually. Like this coal generator is not keeping up. That's why I'm not wearing it. It draws a lot of power. So next episode is gonna be the Gaia Guardian. And some other things probably, right? So if this is done, we can actually... It's not done. It's barely not done. And phantoms. Can we sleep? No. Because I wanted to get rid of the phantoms. Okay, so I'm gonna wrap up the episode here. We made quite a bit of progress in blood magic. And we also killed the Wither, which is pretty cool. So I'm gonna see you next episode.